y'all, Dr. Keisha Green here, and welcome to my second video podcast. On this episode, I talk with Dr. Shanell T Smith, who shares about her background, along with the work of her LLC, Shanell T Smith Consulting, which has two main focuses of one, aiding doctoral students with accelerating through their doctoral program, and two, aiding organizations and leaders with developing their leadership abilities, as well as enhancing their overall productivity. Additionally, during our conversation, we talk about the topic of prioritization and the importance of prioritizing one's energy, one's time, and oneself. So I hope you enjoy watching this podcast episode. Hey y'all, and welcome to this episode of the podcast. And today I have Dr. Shanell T Smith with us.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here. And Dr.
It's
Smith,
my
can you
pleasure.
please, can you please share about your background so the listeners can get to know you a little bit more?
Yes. Well, my name is Dr. Shanell T Smith. If you see my eyes going this way, it's because I'm trying to see beautiful Dr. Green's face in this Zoom picture. I am Dr. Shanell T Smith. I am a doctoral expert and an institutional consultant. I earned my PhD in less than 4 years with two kids. So yeah, I'm bragging about that.
As you should.
Yes. And after 8 years of being an associate professor, I resigned to work full-time for myself. It was, yeah, that was a journey. After talking to like my mentors and also definitely the support from my husband, I said, I feel like I'm at like a crossroads, and I've always been working with like doctoral students all through my career as a professor. And so I said, there's something here, because I had a lot of tips and strategies that worked for me. And I'm like, I'm sure there's other people who can benefit from that, right? So I decided to start my own business. And actually, when we made the decision, I stayed a professor and ran my business for 1 year at the same time. Yeah, so I had a business coach because I knew how to coach doctoral students, but I never ran a business.
Mm.
So I invested in myself and got that done. And then after a year, I was like, you know what? Being a professor started to be the distraction.
Mm.
I still love teaching. I still do. I'm still part of the academy,
Mhm.
but that's not where I felt called to be at that time.
Mm.
And so that's where I decided to bet on myself, and Shanell T. Smith was on and popping all by herself, all by herself. You want me to get into what we do?
Yes, if you want
Okay.
to talk
Yes.
about your program and what you're consulting
Yes.
with us, and
So,
yeah.
so it actually progressed over time, but basically, what we do is help people thrive while they succeed.
Can I pause?
Right.
Can you say the name of it? Because we want to make sure the
Yes.
listeners know where to go and who to check
Shanell T.
out.
Smith Consulting, LLC. And then I also, with her, I'll talk about the two things that we do. And then I do have a website for the doctoral students. So the name of my company is Shanell T. Smith Consulting. And there are like two branches, right? So on the one hand, we work with doctoral students. So we help doctoral students, whether they're individuals or with institutions, we partner with them to help students successfully navigate all stages of the program. So whether you're applying all the way to going on the academic job market and everything in between, to help you finish faster in record time without sacrificing the quality of your life.
Mm.
That's the main thing, without sacrificing the quality of your life or of your work, right? So we use that by using our proven Accelerate Your Doctorate method, right?
Mm.
So that's on the doctoral side. And what we do is not about, just finish faster, finish faster. It's
Mhm.
not about zooming through your process so where you're not learning anything, but it's about using the right strategies
Mhm.
while prioritizing yourself. Because we found that a lot of doctoral students, they feel as though, they want to give their blood, sweat, and tears to these programs. Meanwhile, their health is deteriorating. Their family is over here like, what's going on? Resentment and all of that. But the very thing they need to flourish, their health, their family, their lives, are the very things they're relegating. And I'm like, no, you got to
Yeah.
flip that. Does it work? So that's one half of what we do. And I'm actually proud to say that majority of our clients finish about 25% faster than they would on their own. And I
Ooh.
have their, all of their client testimonials and videos too. And
Mhm.
that site is accelerateyourdoctorate.com.
Okay.
So if you are an institution or a doctoral student and you want to learn more about what we do on that end, It's accelerateyourdoctorate.com. Very easy. So the cool thing is all of the strategies and like the blueprints and action plans that we do for doctoral students also works for leaders, executives, corporate America because workplace productivity,
Mhm.
leadership development, right? Prioritizing yourself as well. So we also do workshops and also programs and trainings for institutions. And sometimes we have institutions or organizations reach out to us to train one of their employees to help them, improve a skill, especially with regards to productivity.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two branches, if you will, of Shanell T Smith Consulting. And that's how it began.
Ooh, I love that. And for the listeners, I'm going to have Dr. Smith's contact information, the links, all that she described in the bio, in the description
Thank you.
box below, so that y'all can go and reach out to her and check it out for yourself. And I love that you're working
Welcome
with
it.
both populations because there's so much overlap as far as skills, as far as what you need to do in both of those
Yes,
avenues.
right. And I love working with doctoral students,
Mhm.
but I also don't want to be, no, and I don't want to be boxed in. Right? I feel
Yes.
as though I've been called for something so much bigger. And I
Mhm.
actually had a client tell me the other day, Dr. Smith, you playing small. I'm like, really? You know? So I'm, asking God to enlarge my territory and
Mhm.
bring me into spaces where I need to be.
Yes, yes. And sometimes, again, we put ourselves in those boxes because, we can only think so far sometimes
Right.
that being open to any opportunity that comes your way. And as your client said, sometimes you got to think bigger or be ready for any bigger things that come your way. So that's
That's
okay. I
right.
love that. And yeah, don't put yourself in a box because we don't have to, right? We are
Mm-mm.
multifaceted people.
That's
So
right.
again, work with both populations as it'll work well. So yeah.
And I love it. And one of my missions is also to help women, especially
Mhm.
women of color, because we are
Mhm.
the main ones who relegate our health, trying to take care of everybody else. And so working with women to help them prioritize themselves as
Mhm.
well as be productive
Mm.
without having to give their entire lives to do it is definitely one of our missions as well. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
exciting.
I love that. And speaking of that specifically, in our previous conversation that we had before this podcast recording session, I remember you saying that one of your clients' spouses had said, "Can you help me get my
A
wife
wife
back?"
back. Yes.
And can you just
Yeah.
elaborate on that again, kind of that node to women having to sacrifice themselves, especially that
Hmm.
client of yours, and feeling like they
Yeah.
have to just give their all to this program and not be able to, have enough for others and for themselves,
Right.
especially.
Right. That's one of the main things. And I just did a live the other day and I said, this traditional um, way that doctoral students have been pursuing the doctorate is
Mhm.
so yesterday. It
Yeah.
is unacceptable. It is disrespectful and it needs to
Yeah.
change. Right. Because that's why 50% of doctoral students who enroll don't finish.
Yes.
And then out of the 50% who do, 57% take 10 years. And I'm just like, just like I tell my leaders and my doctoral students, God forbid something happens to you, all
Mm.
they're going to do is admit another student.
Hmm.
All they're going to do is hire somebody else.
Yeah.
And so that particular client, and she's doctor now, so I'm excited for her. And her
Yes,
testimony is
doctor.
actually on the website. But when we had our first consultation, her husband was on the phone because I said, bring all decision makers on the phone. Let's just all
Mhm.
ask questions.
Oh.
And I said, okay, I don't remember his first name, but I was like, do you have any questions? And he was like,
Mhm.
can you help me get my wife back?
Mhm.
Because she's working full time. She's
Mhm.
also taking care of children. She also has aging parents, and she's doing her doctorate full time.
Mhm.
We don't spend time together. Dinners is just like whoever, we're sitting at the table, but she's over there, eating and also working at the same time. And we're like, this cannot continue.
It's not sustainable, no.
No. And so I told him, I was like, well, and she was on the call. I said, if your wife is coachable, yeah, you can get your wife back. You know? And after our first call, because the very first call that I do with my clients is audit their schedule,
Mm.
ask them those tough questions like, did you really have to say yes here? Why are
Mhm.
you doing these presentations that has nothing to do with your research topic? Can you say no or can you refer somebody else? And
Mhm.
then when are you eating lunch? Like, this is no, we're not doing that. And so I audit their schedule. And then that combined with the strategies that I teach them to help them do more in less time,
Mm-hmm.
which gives them more time to do other things like live their lives and go on dates with their spouses or whatever. That is what helped him get his wife back.
Oh.
Right. So it's not just, oh, yes, it's strategies, but it's also about being efficient with your time, making
Mhm.
sure that you have boundaries. And here's another thing, and I'm like, let me know if I'm on my soapbox, but
No, keep going,
but
keep
here's
going.
another thing is like I tell people, and it's a book that I read. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's a
Mm,
really good book. And he reminds us that we own time.
mm,
Like we own time. Everybody gets the same amount 24 hours a
yeah.
day.
Mhm.
And I tell them the reason why you don't have time is because you chose to give it away.
Mm,
It's always our fault. So as like I give the example of my son before he got his license, he said, Mom, can you drive me to the mall? And I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. Actually, I should say, no, I don't want to use my time for that
mm,
because I got the time.
mhm.
I just don't want to use it
Don't
for
want
that.
to use it for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to turn the I guess look at ourselves in the mirror and be like,
Yeah.
why don't I have this time? Why do I keep saying yes?
Yeah.
Why am I a people pleaser? What's going on
Mm,
there? Can I
mm,
say no? And then I share different strategies on how they can do that if they feel bad for saying no.
mhm,
And so it's so important to make sure that you prioritize yourself, whether
mhm,
you're a doctoral student, executive leader, it doesn't matter, business owner, put yourself on your calendar as an immovable meeting
mm.
because that's the first thing that gets scratched off when something else needs to happen.
Yep.
And I'm like, no. And I'll tell you a funny story. It's gonna, and I don't even care. Look, I don't even work there anymore, but I had a standing hair appointment every Thursday at noon
Okay.
when I was a professor,
Mhm,
clockwork. And we had our meetings, our faculty meetings. There's a whole bunch of committees, task force, and all of that.
mhm,
And every time somebody would say, well, what about Thursday at 12? I'm sorry, I'm unavailable. Full stop.
mhm.
No is a full sentence, first of all. We
Nope.
don't need to give explanations.
Nope.
But they're looking at me like, why? And I'm
Why?
like,
Yeah. It's not your
it's
business.
like, what is that meme? It was like, he looking at, what is it? He looking at me, I'm looking at you, whatever
You
that
looking at me?
meme is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. And I said, they had two choices, right? They can
Mhm.
either reschedule or somebody can give me the notes.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it. And so once I learned, because the things that I'm teaching my clients, like I'm still learning. My business coach is like, she's helping me with the same stuff. And ironically, she says the things that we are do best for other people is the same thing our coaches need to help us with. And so I'm, still a work in progress too. I've gotten a lot better, which is why I can teach it and train on this stuff.
Mhm.
But once I realized that I am the maker of my own schedule and
Mm.
I have agency and I own my own time, my whole world just opened up.
Ooh, we gotta say that again. We own our own time. Like that's so important. And I know
It's
like it
it's so
sounds so
important
simple, but it's so profound
because
because
we forget.
yes, yes.
We forget. And because society is like, number one, um, if you're not giving your blood, sweat, and tears, walking around looking
Uh,
haggard, if you're not, looking like so overwhelmed and exhausted, you ain't doing it right, kind of thing.
no,
It's the
no,
same. You have to redefine what success looks like.
yes,
It's not about, oh, I went to bed at midnight, woke up at 4 in the
yes,
morning.
yes.
Sexy? That's
Yes.
not
And the
sexy at
amount of people
all.
that brag about that, be like, oh yeah, I was able to only get 5 hours of sleep. Like I honestly
Right.
used to be one of those. I'm like, oh, I could run on 6 hours, 5 hours. That used to be me. I'd be like, oh, I'd be fine.
Yep.
I wasn't fine.
Yeah. I
Like,
tell my clients all the time, we do not subscribe to hustle culture.
mm-mm.
It gets to be easy.
Mm.
It does.
Yes.
But you just got to be open to it. You got to resist that narrative of,
Hmm.
you have to, if you're not sacrificing yourself, you're not doing it right,
Yeah.
whether you're a doctoral student or not. And
Hmm.
if you're open to learning a better, healthier way,
Hmm.
then let's talk.
Yeah.
Right. So I only work with doctoral students who want that unfair advantage. If
Mm.
you want to go into your doctoral program and wing it, you'll finish.
Hmm.
The question is, when are you going to finish and what frame of mind are you going to be in when you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing that I try to get doctoral students especially to understand is when you get enrolled into your program, your institutions, they're banking on you being in there for at least 5 years
Yes.
minimum.
Yeah.
And like I said, 57% who finished stay for 10. So they are banking literally and figuratively on that
Mhm.
money that you keep giving them.
Sustaining it. Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like, okay, if you, and I make them do the math, like when I'm on a consultation with them, and I literally had a client, this is not even exaggeration, when she signed up to work with me, she had been stuck, meaning walking around doing everything else but her dissertation
Uh,
for 18 months.
oh wow.
She paid over $108,000 in continuing dissertation fees. But they'd rather do that just so they can say, I'm working on my doctorate, instead
Hmm.
of investing a one-time fee, which is a lot cheaper than that,
Yeah.
into doctoral coaching. I mean, we
Hmm.
offer premium coaching, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can get in and get out, right?
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to say we're the cheapest, but we're also not the most expensive, but you will
Yeah.
get the results,
Yeah. For sure. Like,
you
yeah.
know?
That's wild. When you think about, yeah, those continuing fees, that it's a when you think of education sometimes when it comes to higher education specifically, yeah, you got to think of a business aspect, right? That the
Right.
school, the university, they're trying to get money, they're trying to get students enrolled. And so if they can keep that doctoral student
And
who
they're getting it.
doesn't want
And
to
they're
like
getting
finish
it.
quickly, yeah.
Right. And it's a psychological thing
Hmm.
because so long as somebody can say,
Hmm.
I'm working on my doctorate, that's like
Yep.
bragging points,
Yeah.
right? But
And
I
they'll
did
just
a
let
post
you,
a while ago. I was like, some of you say I'm working on my doctorate for so long, it's part of your identity.
yeah.
What's your middle name now? Like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And there's also just like this, um, the culture of investing in oneself.
Hmm.
Oneself is just, it's not there.
Mm-mm.
It's just
Yeah.
not there. And I laugh because, and I give this example, I'm like, okay, you're saying, we do what we want to do when we want to do it.
Hmm.
I've had people say they don't have the money for investing, but when Beyonce's concert came out, they were opening up charge cards, and I saw the feed on Facebook. I opened up a new credit card. I got my cowboy boots. It was yes, it was it was the cowboy, the Carter, uh,
Tour, yeah.
yes. Yeah, and still, but they don't have the money for coach. That's okay. That's okay. Do you, boo? I'm like,
Right?
still, but we do what we want to do,
Yeah.
and the way that we make it easy as we can, like I said, different, well, I haven't said this part, but different payment options. We even use, what is it, Klarna for buy now, pay
Oh,
later.
okay.
Like we make it as accessible as we can. And as
Mhm.
my business coach like to say, money is figure outable. We just
Yeah.
need to know if you want the results and what you're willing to do to get it.
Yeah.
And that's whether you're an exec or a doctoral, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, oh, you're just dropping knowledge. Like, yeah, yeah. No, and I connect to that so much. I think that's why I also kind of pseudo accelerated my own program because I finished in 3 years because I was
Nice.
like, I don't want to pay y'all for continuously. Like, no, I'm in and out. Like the amount that I'm here, I want to
Right.
minimize that, right? I don't want to owe that
Right.
much. I don't want to have that much that I have to give to y'all. That we're not going to extend this. But I know others in my program who've been there for 8, 6 years not because like they weren't trying to accelerate, but because they encountered other roadblocks, whole story. Like,
Right.
and sometimes I wonder, like, are, behind the scenes, like, are not to be like speculating of sort. But yeah, you have to think about some universities, they want those doctoral students to be in for that amount of time so they can make extra
Right.
money,
And the
unfortunately.
thing is, you know, a lot of doctoral students are struggling.
Yeah.
And the onus is not all on them. They haven't
No.
been taught
Mm.
how to pursue a doctorate. And
Yeah.
some of them going in with that master's program energy, and I'm like, that's not going to work.
No.
It's a whole different ball game. You different rules. No.
Yeah.
you know. But the thing is, when you go to orientation, you get your doctoral handbook, a checklist. You might go on a tour, meet some faculty, blah, 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 but they are not going to teach you how to do what they are expecting you to do.
Hmm.
So a lot of doctoral students are in their programs long because they sit at their computer. It's not like they're not working.
Yeah.
They show up day after day after day, but they're spinning their wheels trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's where the time comes in. Yeah, you have, those who aren't really doing anything, but it comes to the point where they're frustrated,
Hmm.
right? Or imposter syndrome raises its ugly head and they're just like, I don't even think I can do this anymore.
Yeah.
Or everything else seems to be more important because they want to feel good about something they accomplished because
Hmm.
the doctoral program ain't working. So there's so many different things that can come together
Hmm.
that makes doctoral students stay in their program a lot longer than they need to.
Mm.
But as I said before, it gets to be easy. And anyone, if you're watching this podcast or you see one of my videos on TikTok, if you have heard anything that I said, now you are without excuse.
She said it. So definitely reach out so
You
that
are
Dr.
without
Smith can
excuse.
help you.
Right. Go to accelerateyourdoctorate.com. We have
Hmm.
so many different levels of coaching, but all of it is premium.
Hmm.
And if I can't help you, I'm gonna let you know.
Yep.
I'm not out here chasing the dollar. I'm chasing results, and helping people do what they need to do because your doctoral program is, when you think about the grand scheme of life,
Hmm.
it's but a blip
Yeah.
of it. That's it.
Yeah.
And just one more thing on why I believe doctoral students are in their program so long is because many are treating their dissertation like their magnum opus, their life's
Mhm.
work. I'm like, it's an assignment. That
Yeah.
was my first viral video on TikTok. Your dissertation is an assignment,
Yes.
right? Get in and get out.
Ooh.
Come back later after you get them letters behind your name and then go add all those bells and whistles.
Yes.
Why are you doing mixed methods? I mean, that's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, but I'm just saying, especially if you're not good at it, why are we doing this?
Why do it now? No. Okay.
We're
What do
not
they
doing
say? Like
that.
a good dissertation is a done dissertation? Like, come on. Like,
Right, right. And even when it's done, it ain't really finished.
no.
And I mean, who's really reading it? You and whoever's on your committee, not the
Yeah.
world. 3 or 4 people. That's
Yep.
it.
And then maybe whoever is like in the same field might like come across it and use as a reference. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
But after that, you're already finished. You're
But I
already
love
done.
that. And yeah, that it's not the end all be all, right? That this isn't like your
Right.
life's work and like everything else. Like, yes, you put your all as far as that program goes into writing your dissertation because it's like the completion of it, right? That the
Right.
dissertation is the final project you're doing to get the degree, which mine is just sitting on it's on the side right now. You can't see it. Behind the flowers is my
Mine is
degree.
over
Like,
here. It's down there somewhere,
it's
still looking
beautiful.
for a
I
place to
love
get
it.
hang.
But it's right there. It's a very expensive piece of paper. And so
Yeah.
but it's worth it if that's the path you want to go on. I will personally say
Right.
it didn't help me like build my career or have the building blocks for this, that, and the other thing. I didn't use it for that purpose. It's more of
Mm-hmm.
it was a goal of mine,
Hmm.
and I wanted to be kind of the first in my family. So that was my own
Yep.
goal. Whatever reason people want to choose, you go
Hmm.
for it. But it is
Go
not,
for it.
it doesn't define you. It doesn't encompass
Right.
all of you. It is just
Right.
a part of you. And now we get some fancy letters in front of our name. Like that's
No, it's not. It doesn't. I think one of my videos says, your doctorate doesn't make you somebody. You already
yes.
are.
Yes.
No, and it's just like your doctorate is the vehicle, right? It helps you
Mhm.
to do what you feel God has called you to do. If you don't need
Mhm.
it, don't get one.
Exactly.
And no, it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't believe in a hierarchy of degrees.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get the degree you need
Hmm.
to do what you feel God is calling you to do.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
And the academy is not the only place is not the end all
Mhm.
be all. There are so many things you can do with
Mhm.
your doctorate. I have clients kind of be like, I'm not going to the academy, but I just need it because I need to, people want to ask me, why should they listen to me? Right? If they're on a speaking circuit or they
Mhm.
have a nonprofit and they just need those letters. Some,
Mhm.
like you said, first one in my family, bragging
Mhm.
rights. I just want that. Others is like, I'm running my business,
Mhm.
or hey, is an increase in my pay raise at my job.
Yeah. Yeah. People are doing for various reasons. So you have to think
Hmm.
about what is yours. And
Right.
I want to also touch upon something that we had shared before, which might be a controversial idea, and we'll see. I say controversial, but with take it with a grain of rice. But you don't believe in a work-life
I
balance.
knew that was coming.
Can you
Nope.
elaborate on that?
Yes, for majority of my life, I've always tried to have a work-life balance. That's what
Mm,
everyone talks about, right? But who's ever found it?
no one.
No one, it's ever elusive. That's why I say a work-life balance is a myth. I
Mm,
teach my clients about prioritization.
mm,
You try to do a work-life balance, the scale is always tipped
mm,
over. And then there's stress because it's like, you have one of my good friends, she's also a New Testament professor,
mm,
Dr. Jennifer Kalen. She says, we all have a lot of balls in the air, just
mm.
don't drop the glass ones.
Ooh.
You're right. That hit me too. I was like, but it's so true. When you are trying to balance, something always falls short. So you're setting
Mhm,
yourself up for some type of failure, whether
mhm,
it's work or what you consider life.
mhm,
But when you prioritize, you can't lose.
mm,
Because number one, if you can choose what's number one for you, but for me is, health and family. That's
mhm,
always number one. And then you do whatever the top three things that must get done
mm.
today,
Yeah.
or the top two things. And I used to be one of those that have like, those yellow legal pads.
Yeah.
My to-do list was all the way, like all the way down. And then what are you doing? The next day, you write it all of it, because you only did one thing. No. My coach, and I'll just mention her doctor, her name is Shamika Tankerson, and she's brilliant. And I've had several brilliant business coaches, but she said, get a index card. Top three things. That's
Mhm,
it.
mm.
That has to get done today. And if you're in business, it has to be the money makers, right?
Yeah.
The things that's going to keep your business afloat,
Yeah.
right? And then after that, celebrate what you were able to do,
Mm.
celebrate yourself, and then let it go.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day, brand new mercies, and just keep going. But
Mhm,
no, I don't believe in a work-life balance because you can never find it.
mm.
And instead, I teach prioritization
Oh.
because you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Oh, I love
You
that.
can't go
And
wrong.
yeah, I agree. Work-life balance is a myth. Like it doesn't really exist. That I think it was just
Fancy
fed to
term that
people
if
to
people
be
start.
like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
well, if you like balance it out, it'll be fine and you can do this, that, and like, nah. Like you
Mm-mm.
said, prioritize the things you need to prioritize and you want to prioritize because
Right,
that is more accessible and obtainable and realistic.
right,
Oh.
right.
Again, y'all are dropping knowledge. Again, go check out Dr. Smith's information is down there. Go reach out to her, check her out, listen
I
to
would love to talk with you. Yes, whether doesn't matter. Doctoral student, leader, corporate, doesn't matter.
her. So another thing I want to bring up is we're talking about, no work-life balance, talking about getting my wife back, and talking about people in programs, and then also connecting this to people in career, right? That we have seen, both you and I, that a lot of people are drinking from what we're calling the all or nothing Kool-Aid, that they believe that they have to give their all or give
Right,
nothing. Like that's it. There's no in
right.
between. So let's talk about that a little bit.
It's kind of like, right. We drank the Kool-Aid, right? Because
It-
you're looking at who came before you. And
Mm,
even if you're looking at your family, if you're
mhm,
looking at, just this whole doctoral enterprise or corporate America,
mhm,
right? Success has
mm,
been defined as those who are just running ragged, giving your whole blood, sweat, and tears,
mhm,
I'll sleep when I'm dead kind of thing. I'm
mhm,
just like, no, right? Someone has to be that change and be that intervention, which is what we do, at
mhm,
Shanell T Smith Consulting, like that plug. Anyway, but seriously, it's so important because if you don't, like I said earlier, they're just going to replace you
mhm,
like that,
mhm.
just like that. And I know one doctoral student, I know several doctoral students who are in their early 30s taking high blood pressure pills. One
Ooh,
had a stroke. I know a lot of faculty members, my colleagues, who their health not good,
ooh,
not good. And then, the hardest part of what I do is getting people to be open to doing something different because
mm,
I can see it just as clear as day. Just like you said, it's a simple.
Mm,
solution, but you have to be open to. And it's like no, because if I'm getting help, then that means I'm a failure or I'm not
mm,
qualified to be here. Or if I'm not, the badge of struggle or honor or being in the trenches, I can't stand that. Then, I'm not doing it right. No. What happened to embracing ease? What happened to offering yourself grace? It's not all or nothing because
mhm,
if you give your all, they're not going to give you nothing back but that
mm-mm.
paycheck that's from 9 to 5 that you work for. Meanwhile, you working from beyond those hours. Why? You're not getting paid for that,
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, your family, your friends, your health, everything that does matter is suffering.
Mm,
But you're running that rat race, you're running,
mhm,
just running on E, thinking that you're being successful, but you're only succeeding in, making your health go down
mhm,
or even, resentment in your families or anything, your relationships. I can't tell you how many times doctoral students, they'll talk about, I finally was able to go to an event. I was like, I couldn't believe how big this person. They were like, yeah, well, if you came around more, you would, you know, but they
And you saw
can.
them, but they, yeah.
You don't have to say no.
Yeah.
And when you have the strategies on how to be more efficient with your time, how
Mhm,
to do more in less time, how to
mhm,
stop spinning your wheels because you know exactly how to do what's expected of you,
mhm.
it becomes easy.
Yeah.
And then you're able to breathe. I can't, there's so many people in the world today who are just, if I were to ask them, how are you breathing? They don't realize they're panting
Mm,
because they're just like, trying to, I got to do this, I got to just everything. And I'm like, you're not even breathing
yeah.
deeply,
Oof.
and
Ooh.
all of that matters,
Yeah.
and I used to be that way,
Mm.
and before, thank God for therapy. And if anybody, especially if you're a doctoral student, please get a therapist. I'm a
Yes.
big advocate for
Yes.
therapy. It does not mean that you are weak. It means you want to
Mm,
remain strong. Okay.
mhm.
Um, I've had a therapist more than half of my life. But I've been successful. I'm still here, got my wits about me. But before I was all about, self-care or whatever, I
Mhm.
would do it. Like I'd go get my massages. I'm like, yeah, I went for a massage today. But as soon as I left the massage parlor, it was like the weight came right back. And
Mm.
I asked my therapist, like, why isn't this working? And she's like, because you are not doing it from a place of self-love. You are doing it from a place of resistance, of feeling like your
Mhm.
back is against the wall. So you're still fighting.
Mhm.
Once you learn how to just let everything go, know that you're doing this out of a place of self-love and everything is not trying to fit everything in, but you got
Mhm.
room to breathe, then your body's like, oh, yeah, all right, this feels good. It's not like anticipating the load to come back on you as
Mm.
soon as you leave, get off the table. And so that's what I've been able to not only hone for myself, but also to teach anybody who'll listen, right? That it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be as hard as it is,
Mhm.
and it's such a beautiful, life-giving thing
Mm.
to teach somebody how to just be.
Mm. Mm. And I know it sounds like when you hear it, you're like, just be, right? But, and hearing you talk about self-care, I don't know where I heard it or I saw a video of some sorts that sometimes when we all think of self-care, we think of, going and getting our hair done, going and getting massages, those kind of like I would call them surface level self-care things.
Hmm.
But we're
Hmm.
not, like you said, we're not in self-love. We're not digging deeper. And that
Yeah,
part, we're getting to the root of like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Why am I reacting
right,
this way? What's happening this way? What are my emotions? That
right.
part of self-care is something that we often neglect. And so we do
Hmm.
the things, we go and
Hmm.
get our nails done, we get our hair did, we do all of those things. But then we're like,
Yep,
oh, why do I still feel not great,
right,
right? It's because we're
right.
not digging deeper and doing that shadow work, that root
Exactly.
work, that core work, because that part is the part of
Take a
self-care,
minute.
yeah, that we
Mhm.
need to
My
do. So,
therapist said, God created us to be human beings, not human
mm,
doings.
yes,
I'm like,
yo,
okay, I'll receive it.
okay, yep. Apparently, I needed to hear that today.
You
What?
know, but to just be or
Mm,
to take a minute
hmm.
is not praised,
No,
celebrate
no,
it.
no.
It's
Oh,
not,
no.
and it should be. And
Mm-hmm.
this is, and I'm just like, Lord, just please let me be able to just get past this wall of just trying to do all the things
Yeah.
and getting nothing done at the same time
Yeah.
and only hurting yourself in the process.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. So as we are coming towards the end of our conversation, is there anything additional
Already?
that I know. I mean, I said towards the end. We're not at the end. We're just like, yeah, we got a lot to say, so we're here. But is there anything additional that you want to talk about in this moment that is kind of, popped up on your heart? Anything you want to share additionally in this moment that we haven't talked about already?
Um, I was trying to think of some of the topics that we've talked about, but we've hit everything. I really just want people to know that it does get to be easy.
Mm,
It's your God-given right to prioritize yourself
mm,
and show love to yourself, offer yourself grace, and it's up to you to decide. And when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing the same things and getting the same results, which means that you're overworked, you're overtired, you're
mm,
stressed out, and you're overwhelmed, then you'll make the change.
mm, mm,
But you got to be open to it.
mm. Oof. And hopefully hearing this, you'll make the change before that happens because being burnt out is not a fun
Like
place.
your
It's
body
not
will
something we're
sit you down.
idolizing. Yeah.
Your body will sit you down.
It
You
will.
don't want that.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oof.
The only, I guess the other thing that I wanted to, and I know you have the links, but I do
Mhm.
invite all future doctors to I have a freebie. It
Mhm.
is the 12 simple steps to accelerate your doctorate. Get in. Yes, you will be on a mailing list. I can put that out there because you already know, but guess what? There's an unsubscribe button right at the bottom.
Mhm.
So you don't have to keep it, but there's some very valuable information that I share. And also on all of my socials, but I really have a fun time on TikTok. I just love it, with all the memes and the dances. And I'm like, I can't keep up with a lot of them. I'm just like, we just, I'm gonna let y'all have that. But I would love to connect. Let me know who you are. And if I can just do just a word to doctoral students,
Mhm.
I just want to remind you that you are brilliant.
Mhm.
You are brilliant.
Mhm.
Everything you need to finish and complete your doctorate is already within you. It's already within you. If you didn't have, what it takes to complete your program or to handle the rigors of academic life, you wouldn't have gotten accepted.
Yeah.
So I want you to remember that. Offer yourself some grace. And when you are ready to have the doctoral experience that you deserve, I invite you to apply for a call at accelerateyourdoctorate.com or just message me to say hello.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Dr. Smith.
Thank you. Thank you. And that goes for anybody. Listen, if you want to get your life back as you are successful, let's have a conversation.
I
I'm
love it.
so grateful for what you do, Dr. Green.
Aw.
No, I'm serious because we need platforms like yours to get messages out that will help people. And I can already tell that this is part of your calling, even in the pre-call that we have, she's about her business, y'all. She's about her
You're
business.
ready to cry over
Okay,
here.
so how can we help the people? What can
Yeah.
we, okay, we can talk about this, anything else, any other words of wisdom that you have. And I love the fact that you don't just want to talk about the doctoral program because we are
No.
more than that.
Yes.
And so I
Yeah.
appreciated the question about, what else do you do? Talk about
Mhm.
anything else, anybody else that you help
Yeah.
outside of the doctoral program. And
Yes.
so I just ask that God will continue to enlarge your territory, that your platform will just go as wide as far as you would like it to go, and that you be successful. So I want to stay
Thank
connected
you.
and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. You're gonna have me over here crying. I'm an emotional being and I love and embrace my emotions. So I'm over here crying, y'all.
I
That's
do
all.
too.
Thank you.
It
I
is
need to
so
hear
true.
that
I
today.
mean, you can just tell. You can just tell.
Thank you.
Well, that concludes this episode. But if you would like to check out more episodes, then please check out my podcast website, brokephdpodcast.com, and be sure you're subscribed to my podcast YouTube at Broke PhD Podcasts. Additionally, I plan to upload more video podcasts here on my main channel at Dr. Keisha Green, so be sure you subscribe and please hit that notification bell as well. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!